Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brother and sister in Islam, today's topic is debts. Debts, one of the most crucial things you should know, because if I die, debts can be haunting me. My file will not be accepted. There's many ahadith about it. I'm not here to tell you about that. You can go check it out. Even when Rasulullah was passing by one time of a grave of one of the companions who died for Sabilillah, and the companion said, "Oh ya Rasulullah, he's in Jannah. He's been in a pleasure situation." He said, "Maybe you do not know. Maybe he has debts." Imagine if a person died for Sabilillah, but he has death. The death is stopping him from being rewarded and can causing him punishment in the grave until Yawm al-Qiyamah. My dear brother and sister in Islam, we have to know. Today, one of the phenomena which is very, very crucial in the Ummah is people take the debts very slightly. I buy credit card. I go buy credit card. I go buy credit card until I accumulate debts. It choked me, and now I cannot pay. You add to that personal debts. I go to so and so, I take debts. I go so and so, I take debts. And in the meantime, all the debts for what? For education, for a new car, for something. If the debts is not crucial, life and death, you should not be a debt. I should not go try to please my kids, even if they wait for clothing, in debts. I cannot try to please my husband or my wife for a new dress or a new style of a house or something with debts. Debts is allowed only, or should be allowed only, in a crucial life and death situation. We should not take it slightly. And once we go and we borrow, number one priority in my life to pay the debts. By this way, the first priority I have to pay the debts. One of the musibah today is I have debts and I go for vacation. I have debts and go to Umrah. I have debts and go to Hajj. Imagine even Hajj. The fiqh of Hajj, you're not allowed to go to Hajj unless you pay your debts. And do you know that? And if it's a personal debt, you should go to ask the person, "Can you forgive me if I die?" If the person said, "No, I need my money," you delay Hajj and you pay your debts. Imagine the debts coming above Hajj. Because Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you can. And the scholar said, if you have debts, you cannot, meaning you have to pay the debts. Imagine the fifth pillar of Islam should be delayed just to pay the debts. And today we take it slightly. I go for vacation, I spend nonsense money, and I delay my debts. When I grow up, all the people around me, debts used to make you sweating. Debts make you sweating is an amana. I should do whatever it takes to pay my amana first, quick, as soon as possible. I should trim my budget to make sure I pay my amana first. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, you add to that is when you do that, you enter yourself in riba, which is interest, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran, He said, be worried about the riba, and otherwise Allah will generate war against you. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, be careful. You don't need it. And this is a physical debts. You have another debts, the debts of promising to do, and you not fulfill it to your family or other. The debts even to your family. when you do not have a proper wasiyah, or you're giving your kids something they do not deserve according to Sharia, or you put one child above the other in your inheritance, or even in your bounty, or even gift, which is not allowed in Islam. We should have justice. Because any injustice is zulm, and any zulm, we will be questioned about it, and we can be tortured about it in the grave. Let me give you another kind of debts. All this typing and things over Facebook. You can spread a lot of musibah and fitna. And the people take it and spread it. And now you become a debtor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When your action to be a fitna and causing fitna against the ummah. Today, we have a very different opinion, different understanding. So a scholar said so and so. And everybody become a mufti and giving verdict and spreading rumor and spread fitna and spread division. This is a musibah. This is a big debts. You inherit it. And you make the whole ummah inherit it. Be careful. Be careful what you're spreading. Be careful what you're posting. Be careful about the link you spread it. Verify the knowledge. And always think about the consequences. We have a lot of work to do. And you have Islam is been now bombarded from every angle, from everywhere. And you add to that the ignorant in the ummah and among the youth of all the situation in the ummah. By this way, instead of spreading rumor and spreading nonsense, focus. Focus your energy. Teach your kids manner. Teach them about the condition of the ummah and the history and what is coming. Living the message and make them love Allah wa Rasuluh and be worried about the ummah and the condition of the ummah and be a part. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, that is a big musibah. To the point, when you study some of the sunan, before when a person dies, the imam, before he pray over the dead person, he should face the people and announce, is anyone the dead person on him money? Do you know what's happening? Go study. Go study and find out. The imam can delay Salatul Janazah. Salatul Janazah has to be stopped unless or until one of the relative or one of the audience promise, I promise I will fulfill his debts. Once the person promised to fulfill his debts among relative, friend, or anybody, the soul of the person to be free. And now the imam can make Salatul Janazah. What happens if nobody announces it? Usually is a musibah. Because the person, the imam, should not make Salatul Janazah until the debts will be fulfilled. Even if it takes days. Imagine. Why? Because he said, Salatul Janazah is the last rewarding or rahmah from Allah in earth in a person. And because the debts block the rahmah of Allah, the fiqh is don't go to Salatul Janazah and burial until the person fulfill his debts or his relative fulfill his debts. And at this time, it go like this. Son or daughter, whatever, the high priority relative has to pay the debts first. And it's a must. It become an obligation. What happens if the relative do not do it? The imam or the wali or the governor take his place. Or some of the generous, good-hearted person do it for sabilillah to release the soul for the rahmah of Allah. Imagine, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. how much is important? And this is why, believe it or not, even messenger prophets, before they die, they announce to their family, please, I used to own such and such, give it back. By the way, the first thing before the soul departure from this earth, messenger prophet have to release any debts or anything they own it to anybody. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to departure from this life with no debts, physically or emotionally or morally. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be vigilant about how we spend our money. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be so critical about the credit card, because I see it especially in America and Europe. The credit card, the one, if you're sliding the interest rate between 18% to 27%. 18% to 27%. I never see anybody accumulating debts and he can do it. Because the interest rate goes sky high. To the point, every time you pay portion of your debts, you're actually paying portion of the interest and still the principal the same. It's a musibah. It's a musibah. Don't allow yourself to be dragged in a hole called debts, especially by credit card, especially by you have no any crucial life and death reason. I met very beautiful people in my life, very beautiful. You know what they did? They never allowed themselves to debts. I met a beautiful man in my life. He owned now a big, beautiful real estate in Florida. Do you know why? This man, he feared Allah so much, to the point, when he wanted to have a place, he did not buy by bank. He has a beautiful personality, beautiful. To the point, he go to certain people, and he said, please, can you let me money without no interest? Sadaqatun hasana. And I promise to pay you in this amount of money, in this amount of time. He buy the land and he pay it. And he built his house little by little until he is living in a mansion free. And he never dealt even with any bank. He refused. He never dealt with credit card. And what I saw all these people who fear Allah, try to be debt free, and not having any interest around their neck. Allah put barakah in their life, barakah in their family, barakah in their progeny. Barakah. Because this is a part of our taqwa. We should not slide easy for that's no way. No way. By the way, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, please be careful. Be careful. Time is short. You never know the angel of death when he's coming. And the mu'min should plan, my angel of death can be coming today. This is why Rasulullah he said of the meaning of the mu'min do not sleep without the will underneath his pillow. This metaphor is he's ready. He's ready. He's ready to leave. This is part of our belief. This is part of the mu'min quality. Because we do not know. We do not know. Don't ever think you're young or you're healthy. It doesn't mean nothing. And live accordingly. Don't try to compete with others in the look. Because if you ask me today, 99% of all our problems because competition. Because life is simple. You do not need too much. Wallahi, you do not need too much. Once you live Iman, you find out you do not need too much. You do not need too much. Little bit will be sufficient enough. Live accordingly. According to you. Live simple. You live peaceful. You die peaceful. You go to Jannah, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this word a source of hidayah and a source of trimming our interest and our debts. By this way, we do not slide in this road, which is a very dark road. Too many people cannot get out of it. And the people and banker and all these people, they really trick you exactly like the drug dealer. The drug dealer come and tell you, taste this piece. It's very nice. Free. Take it. One time, two time, and after that he hook you. After that he drag you. Similar. You go to the bank, oh no problem, we can give you this. We can give you that. Take this amount. You have a credit line of $2,000 or $3,000, but you don't have it. Alhamdulillah, I bear witness to Allah. I have a principle long time ago when Shaikh told me. I use credit card only if the transaction is needed and I have the money back at up. If I do not have the money to back it up, I will never even think about it. I never think about it. I live according to what I have. It's so beautiful. Wallahi, it's so beautiful. And make you live very peaceful. And I train my nafs and my eye. I do not look of what I do not have. I don't have, alhamdulillah, finished. This part of my iman. This part of your iman. This part of all of us, each other iman. We spend only of whatever we can. You want borrow? I will tell you. You borrow for sabilillah only. And this has a fiqh. I borrow for sabilillah when I have an assets, can be, or somebody. For example, I tell you, give me $1,000 for sabilillah. And I go to brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so. I said, please, in case I die, can you pay my debts? Yes, I will. Finish, I can do that. How many of us borrow for sabilillah? Not for my vacation, not for my life, not for my luxury. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate us with the real iman, with the real bounty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and make us the keys of goodness, the lock of evils, and make us a role model to spread goodness on earth, inshallah. We have a lot of work to do. For us, for our family, for our progeny, for our society, for mankind. In the middle of all this fitna, we have a lot of work to do. A lot. Let's rise up. Let's rise up from the debts and choking with the debts. Let's be free to live the message of Allah for sabilillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of us to die peaceful death with the pleasure of Allah, free from debts, free from hardship, free from backbiting, free from the disease of the heart, with the pleasure of Allah. And oh Allah, allow us to be among those who will see you, Ya Allah, and you are smiling to us, and you be pleased with us, inshallah. Ameen, Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. And Ramadan is coming, and believe it or not, Ramadan, Hajj, Umrah, many things. You find out the early people, before they come, they said, let me take care about my debts. Let me take care about my debts. Let me ask people to forgive me. Because debts and the oppressing other by your tongue or by action can block the rahmah of Allah over you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us free from all this. Ameen, Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakum Allah kull khair. And again, may Allah put barakah and nur and qabool in everything I say and I do. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make what I say a source of a wake-up call for all of us, inshaAllah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.